Oh, how I love thy law, it is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night. Morning Meditations with C.J. Marshall.
Good morning. What sounds more appealing to you? Being a slave, having to listen to the whims of a cruel master, having to heed his every command, or being free? Under a law, under a system, under a master that will treat you well. You have freedom to go in and out as you please. You don't have to answer to anybody. Well, obviously, we would all say freedom. Freedom is better than slavery. See, there are two covenants Paul describes in Galatians 4:21 that the Galatians have a choice in choosing. They can either choose to be under the covenant of freedom or the covenant of slavery. Tell me, you who desire to be under the law, Galatians 4:21, do you not listen to the law? For it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by a slave woman and one by a free woman. But the son of the slave was born according to the flesh, but one of the son of the free was born through promise. Now this may be interpreted allegorically. These women are two covenants. One is from Mount Sinai, bearing children for slavery. She is Hagar. Now Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. She corresponds to the present Jerusalem, who she is in slavery with her children. But the Jerusalem above is free, and she is our mother. For it is written, rejoice, O barren one who does not bear. Break forth and cry aloud, you who are not in labor. For the children of the desolate one will be more than those of the one who has a husband. Now you, brothers, like Isaac, are children of promise. But just as that time he who was born according to the flesh persecuted him who was born according to the flesh, so also it is now. But what does the scripture say? Cast out the slave woman and her son, for the son of the slave woman shall not inherit with the son of the free woman. So, brothers, we are not children of the slave, but of the free woman. Paul starts by this section by saying, do you really want to be under law? If you really want to be under law, you would hear what the law has to say. And he talks about two sons of Abraham representing two covenants. Isaac, we know from Genesis chapter 20 Genesis chapter 21 was one of his sons, and then Ishmael from Genesis chapter 16 was another son. And these two represent two covenants. Isaac, through the children of promise, are born through Isaac. And Hagar, the bondwoman represents those who trust in the law. And he comes to this conclusion that if you are trusting in the law, you are not free. You're in shackles. You are not trusting in promise, but you're trusting in law. And he tells them their identity in verse 28. Now you brothers like Isaac are children of promise. And there's going to be a conflict, just as Ishmael, who was born according to the flesh, persecuted the one of promise. But remember who you are. You are children of promise. Don't go back under the law, because that results in death. You will never get what you're looking for. You'll never be free if you go under the law. You'll never have the promise. The promise is for those who are sons of the free woman, of Isaac, of Sarah. Children coming from Sarah get the promise because the promised son was Isaac, not Ishmael. We are children of the free woman. Let's not go back under law keeping. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Morning Meditations. May we always be like the psalmist that says, "Oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation on the day." I'll see you next time. God bless.
Morning meditations, oh how I love thy law, it is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night.